event next Saturday, so it's like
Did
a million details.
She good girl.
Those songs really sharp. I've been around the people.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. That little Austin boy,
That's good people.
I think he's got something to do with it. What's his first name?
The fried pickle. The fried pickle.
Yeah, it's theirs. Yeah.
Hey, Leo. She ain't getting wear shirt. COVID 2 weeks ago.
What's his first name?
My wife's little lady.
I'll see if I can get it.
She was.
You need to talk to him.
Not right away, just
Yeah.
down the road.
Yeah.
Every time she gets it rolled.
Richard.
I didn't have a son,
But I
never
don't
had a
have
son.
it. But I'll guarantee it's better.
But you know, that's such a big event.
That little woman.
You
You're wearing a sweatshirt.
I know. I'm always wearing long sleeves.
It's 72 degrees.
It's always bad. Right.
71.
Yeah.
All right. I have 5:30. Go ahead and call the regularly scheduled Polk County Quorum Court meeting for September 2025 to order. Ask you to please stand for a prayer by Justice McCall and remain standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. Oh, Miss Abby's going to do her prayer tonight.
Dear God, thank you for this day and thank you for everything that you've given us. Lord, thank you for letting us come together to use the power that you've given us to enforce laws and to help our community. Lord, please be with the families of 9/11 and please just comfort them in their sorrows. And Lord, please just help us to further your kingdom, and please help us to always spread the word, and please help us all make it to heaven. Lord, please be with the paramedics today. Thank you for letting them help us, and please just help us to help our community and to bring glory to you. In Christ's name I pray, amen.
Amen.
Good job.
I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Please be seated. Thank you, Miss Abby, for that prayer.
Good job.
Very good.
Ask clerk to call the roll.
Philip Haney.
Here.
Jackie Heflin.
Here.
David Ivey.
Here.
Jamie Jackson.
Here.
Suzanne McCall.
Here.
Margaret Motley.
Here.
Doug Skelton. Jordan Sowers.
Here.
Bill Sparks.
Here.
Blake Tarpley.
Here.
Tim Wittenberg.
Here.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Here.
Recognize the presence of a quorum. Should have had a journal of proceedings as emailed. Do I have any discussion or questions? If not, entertain a motion to accept.
Second.
Have a motion and second. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Under committee reports, Justice Heflin.
Yes, we met, Judge. We had one personnel item, and I think 5 other items, and they're all before us tonight on the regular meeting.
Thank you, sir. Under correspondence, I think Pam's going to update us on upcoming flu clinic.
Yes, thank you, Judge Cross and members of the court. We are working every day to schedule flu clinics throughout the county. We actually received our flu vaccine today, and we were given an okay today to start giving it in the local health unit if we have calls or requests, and we've been getting that now for some time. But we are wanted to let the court know that our community flu clinic for everybody to come out. They enjoy coming to the health unit, doing the drive-through clinic, and we've got that scheduled again on the 26th of September. That's a Friday. We'll start that at 8:30 that morning, and we'll go to 4. And we'll be working with Mr. Blake, and the highway department has already agreed to let us use the sign again to help direct the traffic coming through there. So in past, this will be my first time to do it back at the health unit, so I believe, hopefully that'll keep the traffic down. All our schools in the county are already scheduled, and we're working to get more of community businesses. If you have a business or a place of employment that you think might want us to come in and do their employees, we're doing that. And so just see me after today, or you can call. I'll be here for the rest of the the night for the Quorum Court meeting. And you can call us at the office, and we'll see about getting you scheduled, and we'll come to you if you want us to do that. We'll be here at the courthouse on October the 3rd. So, matter of fact, that's going to be our first round of shots. So, we'll take care of our county employees here. We'll make sure we stick to Judge. But anyway, I have some schedules and some flyers, and I'll give those to you if you want those after the meeting tonight. So, okay.
Thank you, Pam.
Thank you.
And for the members of the court, if you want to participate on the courthouse day, I have the immunization release forms here. You can get one, bring it back, filled out that morning. It will expedite the process. So if you want to get immunized with the courthouse staff, Friday, October the 3rd, 9 to 11.
It's just flu, and it's not flu and COVID.
No, they're separate vaccines.
Yeah. Well, this is not people giving those as
So need a form? Here they are.
What's the time on that one?
9 to 11, Friday, October 3rd. And that is for county employees. Sheriff, could you look on the form real quick?
No name, Judge.
Thank you. So let the record reflect there are no comments from the public on tonight's agenda items. Under unfinished business, we have none. So moving into new business, item number 1 is Ms. Kara Bowers going to come talk to us about Butterfield Days in Potts Inn.
Hi, my name is Kara Bowers. I just wanted to come in tonight. I'm the Potts Inn Museum tour guide, director, grant writer, scheduler, all that. But I just wanted to come in and first thank you guys for your support. The Potts Inn is a treasure and a wonderful piece of history for Pope County and all of Arkansas, really. And your support really, really helps us. And come Saturday, September 20th, we'll have our Butterfield Day celebration. It will celebrate the inaugural running of the Butterfield Mail. We'll have food trucks, vendors, bump and jump, carriage rides around the block, lots of free family fun stuff. This year, I passed out and I have some handouts if anybody would like one. We are unveiling, we've been doing a lot of research trying to include the story of the enslaved that lived at the Potts Inn and were there for years. And so we've worked with Miss Jane Pittman, who's with the Latimer Tourist Home, and she's helped us come up with a sign that kind of details what we know so far. We're still researching and we're hoping to come up with more information, and anybody who has any information that would love to help is welcome to contact us. We'd love to hear from you. But yeah, that's what we're doing, and we'd love for you all to come down and join us for our celebration. Should be a great time. It'll be 10 to 3. We're going to have students in the house they'll be in the rooms doing little segments of the tour from about 10 to noon. And so that's always a lot of fun if you haven't had a chance to see that. But we hope to see you there.
That's great.
And thank you.
Good job.
For those unaware, Kara's also authored a book about the history of Potts Inn. And Potts Inn is the oldest standing structure in Polk County. So it's a living piece of history. And I think we're going to do the unveiling shortly after 10 a.m. that day, which is next Saturday. So probably around 10:15-ish will be when we do the sign unveiling. Is that right, Margaret? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Item number 2 is an appropriation ordinance. Justice Sowers.
Yes, Judge, this is an ordinance appropriating $37,187.31 from the general fund for the detention centers department. This is to add security around the booking area for them. And I move.
Second.
Have a motion, have a second. Mr. Sowers. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Being enacted by Quorum Court, County of Polk, State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $37,187.31 from the general fund for the detention centers department.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Jamie Jackson.
Yes.
Suzanne McCall,
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Doug Skelton. Sorry, he's not here. Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Blake Tarpley.
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg.
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 3 is an appropriation ordinance that came out of the Personnel and Budget Committee. Justice Heflin.
Yes, Judge, this is an ordinance creating an additional full-time sheriff's deputy position titled the courthouse security and appropriating $17,203.24 from the general fund for the sheriff's department. And I move for its adoption.
Second. Wittenberg.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court County of Pope State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance creating an additional full-time sheriff's deputy position number 48, titled Courthouse Security, and appropriating $17,203.24 from the general fund for the sheriff's department.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Jackie Heflin,
Yes.
David Ivy,
Yes.
Jamie Jackson,
Yes.
Suzanne McCall,
Yes.
Margaret Motley,
Yes.
Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Blake Tarpley.
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg.
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Philip Haney.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 4 is an appropriation ordinance. Justice Ivy.
Yes, sir, and Judge, this is about $300,000 out of the surplus investment fund, and I think we've got several roofs that need to be replaced, including the courthouse, so that's what it covers, and I move for its adoption.
Second. Sowers.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court County of Pope State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $300,000 from the surplus investment fund for the county buildings department.
Discussion or questions? This is for both the courthouse and the courthouse annex, and I anticipate they're being turned back when these are both done. But that will give us enough to engage so that we can advertise for bids.
Right.
If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
David Ivy.
Yes.
Jamie Jackson.
Yes.
Suzanne McCall.
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Blake Tarpley.
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg.
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Philip Haney.
Yes.
Jackie Heflin.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 5 is an appropriation ordinance. Justice Sparks.
Judge, this is an ordinance appropriating $11,000 from the library fund for the library department. We had discussed this, I think there'd been some grant money,
Yes, sir.
and I'd move for its adoption.
Second.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court County of Pope State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance appropriating $11,000 from the library fund for the library department.
Discussion or questions? This is part of the E-rate grant process. If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Jamie Jackson.
Yes.
Suzanne McCall.
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Doug, Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Blake Tarpley.
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg.
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Philip Haney.
Yes.
Jackie Heflin.
Yes.
David Ivy.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 6, a transferring ordinance. Justice Wilbanks.
Yes, Judge, this is an ordinance to provide for the 2025 fiscal budget to transfer funds that were previously appropriated in the general fund for the Treasurer's Department. And Larry gave us all the feedback on that. I assume everyone still has. And I'd move for its adoption, please.
Second.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask clerk to read by title only.
Be it enacted by the Quorum Court County of Pope State of Arkansas, an ordinance to be entitled, an ordinance to provide for the 2025 fiscal budget to transfer funds that were previously appropriated in the general fund for the Treasurer's Department.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Suzanne McCall.
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Blake Tarpley.
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg.
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Philip Haney.
Yes.
Jackie Heflin.
Yes.
David Ivy.
Yes.
Jamie Jackson.
Yes.
Ordinance is adopted. Item number 7 is being withdrawn because we discovered today through some legislative audit advice that it's not needed. Items 7 and 8 are kind of identical, but in the ordinance part of the statutes, if you're not purchasing or paying interest, you don't have to have it. So what is required is number 8. So number 7 we'll just withdraw, and we'll move into number 8, which is a resolution. Justice Wilbanks.
Judge, this resolution authorizing your office to enter into a master fleet services agreement with an embedded equipment lease with Caterpillar Global Services for 5 new Cat 140 motor grader units, with an hourly fee, 70 hours per month, minimum usage per unit for the road department, and I'd move for its adoption, please.
Second. Sowers.
Have a motion, have a second. Ask the clerk to read by title only.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court, County of Polk, State of Arkansas, a resolution authorizing the county judge to enter into a master fleet services agreement with an embedded equipment lease with Caterpillar Global Services LLC for 5 new Cat 140 motor grader units for an hourly fee with 70 hours per month, minimum usage per unit for the road department.
Discussion or questions? If not, ask clerk to call the roll.
Margaret Motley?
Yes.
Jordan Sowers?
Yes.
Bill Sparks?
Yes.
Blake Tarpley?
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg?
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks?
Yes.
Philip Haney?
Yes.
Jackie Heflin?
Yes.
David Ivy?
Yes.
Jamie Jackson?
Yes.
Suzanne McCall?
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Item number 9 is a resolution. Justice Motley.
Yes, Judge, this is a resolution authorizing the submittal of an application for ACEDP grant funds to the state of Arkansas. And I move for its adoption.
Second, Wittenberg.
Have a motion, have a second. I ask the clerk to read by title only.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court, County of Polk, State of Arkansas, a resolution to be entitled, a resolution authorizing the submittal of an application for ACEDP grant funds to the state of Arkansas.
Discussion or questions? As I mentioned to you Tuesday night, this is for Marva, and this is a phase 2 of remodeling their facility down there. We did one similar to this a couple of years ago, and we as the county have to act as the pass-through governmental agency to secure the grant funds. If not, ask the clerk to call the roll.
Jordan Sowers?
Yes.
Bill Sparks?
Yes.
Blake Tarpley?
Yes.
Tim Wittenberg?
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks?
Yes.
Philip Haney?
Yes.
Jackie Heflin?
Yes.
David Ivy?
Yes.
Jamie Jackson?
Yes.
Suzanne McCall?
Yes.
Margaret Motley?
Yes.
Resolution is adopted. Item number 10 is a resolution. Justice Sparks.
Judge, this is a resolution authorizing the county judge to enter a lease agreement with Flex Financial, a division of Stryker Sales LLC for LifePak 35 monitor and defibrillator system with accessories on an annual payment schedule for the EMS department. I'd like to make a couple comments if I could.
Could we get a motion and a second first, and then we'll open up
Sure,
for
yeah.
discussion? So I have a motion
Second.
and a second. Ask the clerk to read by title only.
Be it resolved by the Quorum Court, County of Polk, State of Arkansas, a resolution authorizing the county judge to enter into a lease agreement with Flex Financial, a division of Stryker Sales LLC for 8 LifePak 35 monitor defibrillators with accessories on an annual payment schedule for the EMS department.
Now, Justice Sparks.
Judge, this has kind of been an unusual item here, and I think there's probably, everybody in the room here that can cast a vote wants to see us upgrade our equipment here. But there's so many options to look at and everything on it. I personally would like to see us table it for 1 month and no longer than that, but I don't know what other members, I wish our budget chairman was here tonight. Is he had,
No, Doug had a meeting in Little Rock.
but, like I said, it's somewhat unusual, and I wish we'd have known about it back in our workshop and some things where, I know that at least for me, I could have gotten a little more familiar with it, but anyway, that's my thoughts on this.
So are you making a motion, or?
I would make a motion that we table it for 1 month, and then,
If he's motion, I'll make a second.
But how about if instead of having the sponsor make the motion to table, let's have somebody else make the motion to table?
yeah, I mean. I'll
Do you make a motion to table?
Second.
Justice Ivy makes a motion to table, second, Justice McCall. This roll call will be to table only.
And I don't think anybody's saying that we don't want this equipment.
No, I think we had
Yeah,
a very good discussion about it
yes.
Tuesday.
We
And
definitely want it.
I think what we could do between now, and Dale's here, I think, is I think between now and next month's meeting, which will be quick upon us, is why don't we get our current one down here, our proposed one down here, and the guy from Stryker down here, and let him present to you.
Exactly, Judge. That's really
So-
what I'm wanting, so everybody, you know, really has a good thorough understanding of what we're doing. 'Cause it, you know,
Certainly.
it's a pretty big deal, but it's an important deal that we try to get there at some point.
And determine if leasing is our best option at that point.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Justice Ivy.
I will throw this in just for naught. I talked with some friends I've got that work for Survival Flight, and we were talking about cost, and we were talking about what they cost and whatnot, and when I gave him some of the figures we were talking about, he assured me that, you know, we're not out of the ballpark with what we're talking about, but I think what Justice Sparks is saying makes good sense to look at that. So that bringing all three of those in here would be a good idea, because that's what we're gonna be dealing with pretty much anyway, so. I appreciate doing that, actually.
And just for the next budget meeting will be September 30th. So it will be upon us real quick, because the first Thursday in October will be the 2nd. So if we can work with Stryker to get them down here on the 30th.
Yes, sir.
All right, back to our motion to table.
So they're gonna be here for the budget meeting?
The budget
or-
meeting, we want to come to the budget meeting.
Yeah.
That way we'll have plenty of time to discuss and
Okay.
get into the weeds of their program. And,
So since this is a resolution, so
We're-
they'll discuss it at the budget, and then we're putting the resolution on again for the quorum court meeting?
well, right now, this is just being tabled, so it will be tabled to the quorum court meeting.
For next month? I mean,
For
I
next
just
month.
need to know what I need to put on there, so
Yeah,
I'll
it's
put the
being
same
tabled to the
resolution.
next quorum court meeting.
One
Okay.
quarter budget.
Quorum court meeting.
It doesn't go before the budget, cause it's a
Right.
resolution. That's
Okay,
why I was
So-
wondering.
Yeah, so it will go, and that will give us the ability at the budget meeting to flesh out everything and make a decision that Thursday night. So it's being tabled to the October quorum court meeting.
But
I mean, we have to
it will
vote.
be on
Yeah.
the-
Yes.
Yeah.
On the agenda.
Okay. So am I ready to call roll?
Ready to call the roll
Blake Tarpley,
to table.
Table, yes.
Tim Wittenberg,
Yes.
Ronnie Wilbanks.
Yes.
Philip Haney,
Yes.
Jackie Heflin.
Yes.
David Ivy.
Yes.
Jamie Jackson.
Yes.
Suzanne McCall.
Yes.
Margaret Motley.
Yes.
Jordan Sowers.
Yes.
Bill Sparks.
Yes.
Motion to table passes. All right, item number 11 is your monthly notification of anything that was discarded. Juvenile probation got rid of a bunch of old junk chairs. And let the record reflect that was passed on in open forum. Do I have any comments from the public about any items? Right. Remember the fall cleanup's coming up, the last week of October. I'll mention it again next month when we get here, but it's always the last week of April, last week of October. So this year that falls on about October 27th, 28th, 29th, and 30th. As always, it's 7 to 4, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, 7 to 7 on Thursday. Pam told you about the flu shots. Remember about that. The ambulance service dedication is coming up September 29th at 9 a.m. for anybody that can attend. You'd be welcome to attend that at 9 o'clock Monday, September 29th. The road department's been out there all this week doing a lot of landscaping stuff for them, and so it's a combined effort. 9 a.m.
Dale did say he was serving prime rib, right? Wasn't that
You said prime, I didn't hear the rib. Yeah. I'd also like to thank,
I'm sorry,
I think
Dale.
Leo's here. Leo Cantu? Yep. Leo Cantu's still here. I've still not heard anything from the governor's office. I've inquired a couple of times, but we've still not got our JP appointment yet. But I do appreciate Mr. Cantu coming and participating in our meeting. I know a bunch of things going on tonight, the fair, Jamie's on the fair board, some group there tonight.
Yeah,
from
we
the
got
Statler Brothers,
gospel, and then the gentleman from the Oak Ridge Boys,
It's tonight, Oak Ridge Boy, Ricky Skaggs is Saturday night.
Saturday night.
Yep.
Yeah, y'all really need to make that. That'll be good. That'll be a good show.
Jimmy
Yeah.
Fortune's there.
Jimmy Ford, yeah,
So
he's
you
there.
got,
Statler Brothers.
Statler, bro, I'm sorry. It's, everything's run together this week.
so a lot of things going on. We had a great 9/11 event today, hosted by the chamber, sponsored by a bunch of sponsors, fed all the first responders, fed many of the community, and big turnout. Justice McCall came there, and appreciate you showing up. We're going next, the green and gold. We got tech kickoff at 7 o'clock tonight, so this is their home opener. So a lot of activities going around the community, and find something to participate in, so. All right. Nothing else before the court. I entertain a motion to adjourn.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor? Show us adjourned at 5:54 p.m.
Jamie, Jamie, you get some side beside the keys tomorrow night, right?
You not gonna do Rob?
You call me.
Oh,
I'll
my
call
bad.
Yeah, call me.
I was already headed to tech, Robin.
Right here.
Hey, Ronnie, hang on just a second. We've got Circuit Clerk Rachel Ortling, Veteran Service Officer Ken Harper, Justice Philip Haney, Prosecutor Jeff Phillips, and
Jamie Wiley, Tracy Stennett, and Rhonda Elliott.
Ron, okay?
Wait a
So,
minute, we got a
yeah.
hand up.
And Nita Davis.
Anita.
That's it.
Huh?
Her birthday was last month.
That's
Yeah.
Hey,
She wasn't here, so we'll move her tonight.
Inclu-
yeah, her
yeah,
too.
yeah.
Miss Abby. All right. Go ahead, Robert.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, everyone. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, Robert.